Good morning, students, and welcome back to EVS class. In our last class, we started lesson Up You Go, and today we will be finishing that chapter. And I hope you have read the pages as mentioned to you, and you have also tried to answer the questions given on those pages. So today we will start reading the lesson from page number 81, a funny incident which was asked by you people to read also. So let's start today's class by mentioning a funny incident which Sunita encountered with.
14 February 1984. A funny incident. It was evening when her friend Kondombi was hungry and they had nothing to eat. She jumped over the fence and plucked 2 cucumbers and came back. A lady caught hold of her from the back. Now they both were talking in different languages and no one could understand anyone. In the end, she folded her hands and said sorry. During that time, their group had gone far ahead. It was getting dark and they both had lost their way. They were scared, as nothing was visible even with the torches. She shouted loudly and her voice echoed in the mountains. They both started to whistle and flash their torches. Someone in the group must have noticed their absence and they could hear whistles. They both held their hands and kept walking and singing loudly. After some time, they met their group.
So now students, did you understand why it is important to carry torches and whistles with them while going for mountaineering or any other camping? Because this is the only way you can give a signal to your group members in case you get lost.
18th February 1984. Camp in the snow. At the height of 2134, they had to spend a night there. Everyone was busy in trying to put up a tent.
So there was on 18th Feb, first snowfall they experienced there, and now in the remaining part we will see how difficult it is to erect a tent during snowfall.
Camping is a form of getaway that people indulge in so that they can enjoy nature. In most cases, camping involves the used tent. National parks, state parks, or any natural setting can be used to enjoy the activity of camping.
Okay, so camping cannot be done only in the mountains, but it can also be done in forests, in national parks, and in open places where you can enjoy nature.
Imagine how camping in snow would be, probably at a height of 2000 meters and above. The tents used for camping at such altitudes are double-layered plastic sheets. The air between the layers would keep the person warm. It is not easy to put a tent here, as the speed at which the wind blows can make the tent fly. They had to dig a drain around the tent. The mountaineers usually cook their meals using firewood and stone. After a meal, they collect all the waste in the bag to keep the camp clean. The mountaineers sleep in the sleeping bags, which are filled with soft feathers to keep them warm. Since everyone was tired, they all fell asleep.
So the specification of tents are mentioned here. Why double layered plastic sheet tents are used, as they keep the mountaineers warm, and they sleep in. They generally use sleeping bags, and which has fur or feathers inside it, which trap the cold air and keep the mountaineers warm. And how difficult it is to erect a tent in these chilled and windy areas.
Next day when they got up, they saw snow all around them. White, soft, fluffy snowflakes were gently falling. Everything was really beautiful. All white.
Actually, it is very beautiful to see a snowfall. I hope and I wish all of you get a chance to visit some hill station where you can witness the snowfall.
21st February. Last day at the camp. On reaching high up in the snow-filled mountains, the joy to these mountaineers has no bounds. They have to walk carefully on the snow with the help of sticks, otherwise they would slip in the snow. On reaching their destination, they enjoyed themselves by throwing snowballs, dancing and singing around the campfire. At midnight, Brigadier Gyan Singh announced Sangeeta's name for the Best Performance Award. She stood there with tears in her eyes.
So it was the last day of their camp, and they had a gala night over there. They had dance and music, and everybody was asked to perform something. And during all these things, their leader, who was the instructor of the group, Brigadier Gyan Singh, he announced that Sunita was the best candidate or the best group member, and she was awarded with this trophy, and she felt very happy as she was able to accomplish the task which she was allotted.
Did you know Bachendri Pal is the first Indian woman and the fifth woman to climb Mount Everest? She grew up in Garhwal area of Uttarakhand. She joined the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering and was trained under Brigadier Gyan Singh Bachendri. She is a source of inspiration to the Indian women for her courage and will.
I hope you all have sometime must have heard name of Bachendri Pal. She was the first Indian woman to climb Mount Everest, and she was fifth in world.
Let us know about some of the interesting events of her life. Alone on the mountain top, when Bachendri Pal was just 12, she climbed a mountain peak of 4,000 meters with her friends. They had gone for a school picnic. They did for fun. When it became dark, they felt scared but could not come down. That was a long night without any food. Snowstorm. In 1984, Bachendri Pal was selected as a team member to climb the Mount Everest. There were 7 women in that 18-member team. On 15th May, when the team put up their tents in the night, they had a snowstorm. Before they were fully awake, the tent flew off and something very hard hit them. Bachendri was almost buried under the snow and was hurt on the head. Many members got hit. The other team members used snow picks and axes to dig out the buried ones. The next of the team members returned to the base camp, but Bachendri went ahead.
So you must have seen by now that how difficult, how very difficult it is to climb a mountain. It is not an easy task reaching such high altitudes, and then there you have to face many natural calamities like these snowstorms, which are very common in these areas, and many casualties do happen because of these snowstorms. And through this is how Bachendri Pal also experienced one such snowstorm before reaching the highest point. But such kind of snowstorms didn't actually bother their stamina for reaching the mountain peak.
On 23rd May, at 7 past 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Bachendri stepped onto the peak of 8,900 meters. That is, Mount Everest, also called Sagarmatha in Nepal. There was another team member with her. As both could not stand at the top at the same time, she had her teammate dig into the snow and pitch their axes firmly in the ice. Using that as a hook, they tied themselves to it with a rope. Only then they both could stand there, otherwise one would slip and they would fall straight down thousands of feet below. She was shivering with cold, but filled with the warmth of joy and achievement. She bowed her head, pitched the national flag, and took photographs. She spent 43 minutes on the highest peak in the world.
So on 23rd May 1984, she climbed the highest peak of Mount Everest, that is Sagarmatha, and it is actually located in Nepal. And the amount of joy and the sense of satisfaction that was felt by her is beyond any words. Because she was the first Indian woman to conquer and to climb Mount Everest, and there she hoisted her national flag, and she spent 43 minutes on the highest peak of the world.
Recap. Mountaineering is an adventure sport of climbing mountains. For mountaineering, one has to be physically fit and active. In a mountaineering camp, one can find participants from various places. They form different groups. A group leader has many responsibilities. Crossing a river during mountaineering is another challenge.
So here we are talking about responsibilities of group leaders, how mountaineering is an adventure sport, and where all can we do camping during mountaineerings, and what are the difficulties that we come across while going for such kind of adventure trips. These are the recapitulation points.
Mountain climbers wear special boots with spikes in them. In snow, the use of a snow axe is required. Rock climbers always carry food items, water bottles, ropes, hooks, plastic sheets, diary torch, towel, soap, wind cheater, whistle, glucose, and some other snacks in their rucksacks. Mountain climbers wear special boots with spikes in them. In the snow, the use of a snow axe is required. Anchors for the rope, also known as pickets, are also used. A rock climber always observes the rock carefully before he starts. On reaching their destination, they enjoy themselves by throwing snowballs, dancing, and singing around the campfire. Bachendri Pal is the first Indian woman and the fifth woman to climb Mount Everest. She grew up in the Garhwal area of Uttarakhand. She joined the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering and was trained under Brigadier Gyan Singh Bachendri. She is a source of inspiration to the Indian women for her courage and will.
So students, this was the lesson. We did recap of the whole chapter also. Now what you have to do is you have to read page number 83 to 86 given in your books, and also try to answer the questions given on page number 86 under the heading Think. You have to answer first two questions. The questions are: why did Bachendri Pal put Indian flag on the peak? And when have you seen our national flag being hoisted? Collect information about our national flag. So you have to answer these two questions. And we will with this we finish and we conclude our chapter also. In our next class you will be getting your question answers, and after that you will be getting a worksheet of this chapter also. I would like to request you to go through the video twice, thrice, as many times as you want to, and try to understand each and every concept. And if anything you are not clear about, feel free to take your doubts and queries with your subjective EVS teachers in your evening doubt sessions. So that's it for today. Have a good time. Take care of yourself.